Hi, this is Kelly at Quilter's Paradise, and today I have the pleasure of introducing a new slit and sew template that we've just come up with. It is called Winding Ways, and it's an 8-inch finished template. Now this template makes so many different kinds of patterns when you use it, and this time we decided to kind of jump into Christmas a little early, and we made this adorable Christmas table runner. Now this we used Hoffman's 2019 Christmas fabric to put this all together, and it was a lot of fun. Again, no pins, no stress. So let me go and take you over to my sewing table, and I'm going to show you how you can make this darling table runner. Okay, so there's going to be 3 pieces in this Winding Ways 8-inch template set. You're going to have your A, your B, and your C. When it comes to cutting, we already have covered that in previous videos that Sue has done, so I don't really think we need to go over how to cut these. The only thing I am going to show you is that template C is just a little different. So I'm going to put these off to the side, bring in our handy dandy Cut Right Handy mat to use, and we're going to lay our C template on our fabric, making sure we've got straight of grain going the way of their wonderful arrows, and we're going to cut. So the cutting process is basically the same as all of our other templates. The only difference is that once you get it all cut out, and this is great because you just flip it around instead of having to worry about the fabric shifting on you. You're going to go around and you're going to cut out all your slits. Again, pretty much straight out and up and down, and you're going to hear them pop as they go through all the fabric. And now we get to the one that has only 2 slits on its side. We actually need all 4, but because of the way the slits are done, we would end up going right through our template material. So what you do is you simply take your template, flip it over, line it up, and now you're going to cut your slits in those 2 that you didn't get the first time around. All right, so now you can see we have 4 on this side, and we have, oh, this one isn't showing, here we go, 4 on this side. All right, so now let's go over and I'm going to show you the layout for one block. Okay, we're going to start sewing our pieces together to create one block. Now what's really nice is that your curves are not very deep, so they're real gradual, so this is super easy. So in a block you're going to have 4 A's, 4 B's, and 4 C's. Really simple, right? So what we'll do is we'll attach these together, these and these. Then we'll go ahead and attach this unit and this unit on either side. Same on this opposite side. And then we sew these 2 actually together. Press seams open, and that's how we attach now our 2 halves and make a whole. So let's go ahead, go over to my sewing machine, and I'll show you how easy it is to do this. Okay, so we're going to sew our pieces together. We're going to match up the tips, and we're going to go right underneath here and do our accurate 1/4 inch, and that's easy when you use this painter's tape. It's put down so we make sure we're right on the money. Take a couple stitches, and then you're going to find your next slits. And this one, it goes pretty quickly. Next slit here. Our next slit. I'm going to get my great finger stiletto, again from Traditional Primitives. And I'm going to kind of go on. I think I'm going to stitch down a little more before. All right, we're going to put it down, and then we're going to just shift it so that we match up our tips there. and sew off. Okay. We've got this cut off, and we're going to go right on over here, and we're going to press it. Now for these, and all the pressing instructions are in the directions, but these pieces, the A and B, when you sew them together, you want to press your seams open. Look at there. Real easy. So now, I've already sewn this piece together, and I've already sewn it onto our middle piece, which this is our, is it A? Or is it, no, our C piece. So we're going to now sew our ABC combo to our AB combo. Now you see our little, I don't know what they call these, tails, rabbit ears? You do not want to trim these up because you actually use these in lining up for sewing these pieces together, and I'll show you what I mean right now. So we're going to go over here, and we are going to line up. See, here's our tip, and we're going to line it up to the red bunny ear. Okay, you're going to put it under your machine, and as long as you've sewn an accurate 1/4 inch seam, it's going to go together with no problem. So then you just start again. You're going to line up to your slits as you go. You can tug. Tugging won't hurt. All right. I'm going to keep going. Let me keep tugging here. Line that slit up. So we're coming down to the end, and we just kind of get this going, and we're now, and what this will do is once you open it up, you can see that you're going to have little to no of none of the green C piece showing through. So we're going to take it over again, and we're going to press this seam. Now when you're pressing your seams for these units, you're going to press your C piece to the AB components. All right. So there you have half of yours ready to go. Actually, it goes out like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join our 2 C pieces that are in the middle, connect all of this, and then I'll show you how you put them together. So come back in just a minute. Okay, we've got our 2 halves sewn together, and I've gone ahead and sewn our 1/2 onto the center 2 pieces. These are the C's that we joined together on the narrowest part. When I did that, I did backstitch on that just because it does get a little tugging on it and we don't want it coming loose. So this shows you how you press it. So when you sew your A and B pieces together, you're going to press your seam open. When you sew the AB pieces to your C, you're going to press your C piece to your AB pieces. Now, when you sew the 2 C pieces that are joined at the narrow point, you're going to actually press open your seam. And all of these instructions, pressing instructions, are in the pattern that comes with the instructions that come with our template set. So now we're going to flip this over. I'm going to take it over to our sewing machine, and I'm going to join these 2, and we'll have our block done. Okay, so we're going to sew these together. Now again, this is where you use your bunny ears, or dog ears as some people call them. You're going to match it up to the point underneath, and you're going to start sewing your accurate 1/4 inch, and you're going to match up slits just like we did when we put our A and B pieces together. Okay, there's our slits. So, go to the next one. Here's our next one. So now we're getting to the point where you want to make sure your 2 seams match up. So you just kind of eyeball that. You're going to go ahead and put that through. Get this guy. And if you need, like, this machine is not really strong, so I have to give it a little help over the hump, And then we are back to matching up our slits and keeping that accurate seam allowance. Again, if you need to tug, that's fine to get your slits together. So we're coming up to the end. We're going to go a little further before I match up my points. Needle down. And now we're going to take our point with our dog ear. Here we go. Match that up. And we are going to go ahead and sew. We're sewing off, and we're going to clip and clip. And we now have our block, which when you put it together, you're also going to go ahead and press your seam open. Isn't that great? No pins. Dang near perfect. So now we're going to show you what we're going to make with this fabulous template set. We've decided on a Christmas themed table runner. So let me go grab that and I'll be right back. All right, so this is the table runner we're making, and it uses 5 of your blocks, and as you can see, they are a little different. There's going to be 3 that are like this one, and there will be 2 like this one. And when you put these together along with half blocks around the edges and the top and bottom, you're going to get these intertwining circles, which I think is really cool. So this actually has another row that needs to go on it, row and a half actually. And then what you're seeing right now are these funky little points. So what you do is once you get it all put together, you're going to actually trim this up to 1/4 inch. So it'll get trimmed up right here. I then cut 1.5 inch strips, and I'm going to sew those all the way around so it looks like they're floating. And then there's 2 more narrow borders that go around it, and you're done. But we'll be able to show you the finished project at the very end. So stay tuned and we'll be back. Okay, so we showed you putting together these 3 circular blocks or inner circular blocks. Anyway, when you do that, you're going to have these odd ends here, which you may or may not be able to see. But to make these float, you're going to cut a 1.5 inch border, the same as your outside here, and attach that all the way around. It's going to make these circles float. Then we did another 1.5 inch cut, so this is unfinished, and a 2 inch unfinished strip. So you're going to have 3 borders in all, and it's going to end up looking just like this. And it's so much fun, and it's so easy. Thank you for joining us while we made our table runner using our Slit and Sew Winding Ways 8-inch template. You can join us see all of our videos on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe. We're also on Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. So stop on by and see what's new here at Quilter's Paradise.